Amaraba. This is Tamale, the capital of the northern region of Ghana and the land of Shea butter. My name is Ekow Amoako-Atta, and we are here to learn more about the mysterious plant of the shea nut and its magnificent product, the shea butter. Stick and stay as we learn more in this documentary. Tamale, a city whose name literally translates to a land of shea trees in the local Dagbani language. I embarked on a 13-hour road trip from the capital of Ghana, Accra, to this paradise in search of the shea nuts and its world-famous shea butter. I am told that the shea trees are in abundance in Tamale and its surrounding villages. And no, there are no shea farms here, just the wild shea trees which grow unsupervised in the bushes of the savannah. I think this is just nature's gift to the people of the northern regions of Ghana. My research led me to the Tunteya Shea Butter organization located in Mbanaile, a small town in Tamale, to see how the raw shea fruits, which houses the nuts, are turned into the magical shea butter. The Tunteya Shea Butter organization was founded in 1987 by Idris Abukari as a small family corporation. Over the years, it has grown to become a major supplier to leading global cosmetic brands. Idris's nephew, Abdul Rahman Abukari, who joined the operations in 2006, now manages the daily activities at the factory.
Actually, our main activity or our main work is to process shea butter, quality one, and then supply to our customers.
The processing of shea butter largely involves women. The women of Mbanaile have greatly benefited from working with the organization since its inception. According to Abdul, his mother, who used to be a worker as a processor, was able to fund the education of him and that of his siblings with her earnings from shea butter, and so have hundreds of other women been able to do. The Wazulgu Shea Butter Women Association has been able to contribute to the development of the Mbanaile township by using their profits to build a clinic, a nurses' quarters, nutrition center, and funded the construction of several basic school blocks. Shea butter has definitely uplifted and empowered the women not only of Mbanaile but the entire northern parts of Ghana. I was fortunate to witness the process of turning the nuts into the butter. To arrive at the final product of shea butter, there are a series of processes you have to go through. These are categorized into two main stages by Abdul: the nut preparation stage and the nut processing stage. At the first stage, women, mostly together with their household, that is children and neighbors, go into the bushes where the wild shea trees grow to pick ripe fallen shea fruits. The shea trees are not deliberately planted by farmers but grow wildly with the aid of activities of some animals like birds and bats who, after eating the fruits, spread its seed all over for germination. This gives women the liberty to pick these nuts with little to no threats of encroachment accusations. They pick the fruits while wearing protective gloves and boots to prevent bites from snakes and other dangerous reptiles. They then transport these fruits to the place of processing, which is usually their home, to begin the process. The fruits are initially parboiled to remove the thin layers of the shea nuts. The shea nuts are then dried in the sun in order to be able to break the thick shells. This enables them to finally access the soft shea nuts in the shell. These soft nuts are then hand-picked and separated from the shells. Oftentimes, winnowing is applied at the end of this picking to finally separate the nuts from the shells. The soft nuts are then dried properly in the sun before they are bagged and readied to be processed. This is the first stage of the process. Some women sell these nuts to companies who process, while others simply carry on to the next stage. At the second stage, which is the nut processing, these dried nuts are first crushed in a machine called the crusher. This used to be done by hand by the women. The crushed nuts are again dried before being readied to be roasted. Roasting used to be a manual job by the women until a roasting machine was invented with used cylinders to aid production. After this stage, the roasted nuts are allowed to cool down and then sent to the grinding machine, which turns the roasted crushed nuts into shea paste. Women previously did the grinding using rocks. After being turned into paste, it is left under a shade to cool down before being sent to the kneader to separate the white aspect of the paste from the brown aspect. This is done as hot water is incorporated into the paste being kneaded. After being kneaded, the paste faces one last step, which is super boiling. The paste is super boiled in order to separate the shea oil from the paste. After long minutes of boiling, the oil is separated into basins and taken into a cooling room where it sits for hours to cool down and eventually solidify into the butter which we so cherish. The shea butter is then packaged neatly and shipped to various consumers. Abdul Rahman's factory is a major shea butter supplier to the global beauty brand, The Body Shop.
We're totally nuts. Nuts about shea nuts. Madame Afishetu and the Tungtea community of women in northern Ghana have been making nuts into nourishing shea butter with The Body Shop since 1994.
The shea butter has been proven to be the best base for most cosmetic products, allowing producers as the Tungtea Shea Butter Organization to benefit from the global trade. Although many big brands source their materials from the only 22 countries across West, Central, and East Africa, where the plant only thrives, very little improvement has been seen in the quality of lives lived by those who produce the butter. Towns like Mbanaile are still largely impoverished despite their contribution to this global economy. This can be attributed to the unfair trade that most huge global brands engage local producers in. Abdul says their partners, The Body Shop, engages in a fair trade with them. Yet he admits the challenge and says his company has come up with a price stopgap to protect the interest of all involved in the production of shea butter. His company charges higher for international brands than what local brands or individuals pay per kilo of shea butter. He said this is done to encourage more local companies to build up in the cosmetic production industry so they can one day compete to become global brands, which will eventually benefit the local people greatly. Many years before we even knew that shea butter was a cosmetic product, it was actually used domestically for cooking. Let's speak to my guest as she takes us through the reasons why people prefer to use shea butter in their culinary experiences. Amina Awudu Pagna operates Dudugu, an ethnic restaurant in Tamale, where tourists go to get a feel of the indigenous Dagomba cuisine. Amina emphasizes the importance of shea butter in the local food culture amongst the Northerners, despite its decline in culinary these days and rather skyrocketing fame in the cosmetic industry.
Shea butter, many people do not consume it anymore for one reason, because of the odor, or maybe say the stench, and there's a way around it one can manage. Many people also complain about its I don't know, when after they make a stew with it, it solidifies, but there's also a way around it. I've learned all these techniques. And I'm not going to lie to you, even though it is produced here, not many Northerners consume it anymore. It is now very popular in the cosmetic department or industry, and less people use it for food. But I use it for my food, and that's what makes it different. People still want to have that nostalgic memories they've had in their childhood. So when I make my dal jollof with either shea butter or groundnut oil, people come here, they taste it, they love it. It's different. And let me tell you, there are many people that don't even know shea butter is edible. It is very much edible. Before it became popular in the cosmetic industry, it was first an edible oil.
The health benefits of eating shea butter cannot be overemphasized. She explains why.
Of course, shea butter has an immense benefit. Whatever you put on your skin, whatever is good for your skin is good for your stomach. They say whatever you can't eat, you should not put on your skin. But there are skin products, it's about shea butter, but I'm just digressing a bit. But there are skin products that have so much chemicals that cannot be eaten, but still people put it on their skin. But now we've all agreed that shea butter is so good for the skin. That means it is equally good for the stomach, right? So and shea butter being natural, we know it is extracted from a nut, but there are some seed oils that are not edible after they are processed. So shea butter is still a healthier choice than some of the seed oils that you don't know. Vegetable oil, you don't even know where it is extracted from, or maybe the seeds that they are extracted from. But this, it is obvious. We've seen documentaries. The nuts are available. They are in abundance. So definitely shea butter is a healthier choice.
If you want to incorporate this healthier butter in your daily meals, Amina shares a little recipe secret to getting rid of the shea scent in your food and letting it stay oily without solidifying.
If your problem is about the solidification, it's easy to just add raw granite and then ginger to a shea butter, cook it to brown and take it off. When you mix with any other food with it, it doesn't solidify and it doesn't smell. It will totally take away the odor. And I tell you, it's nice. Shea butter is so nice, especially when you mix stew with it with plain rice. You have to try this. You have to try this to see or to understand what I'm saying. Yeah. And I don't know, I think it's about you loving your body and making a better choice for yourself. Because there are so many tempting seed oils, vegetables oils that look appealing to the eyes. But then you eat to live, you don't live to eat. So you choose what works for your body. Love your body and choose what works for your body.
Aside its edible tendencies, shea butter gives us many byproducts as it's being processed. Abdul tells us a bit more about such byproducts.
After kneading, the water that is left will be reserved, some in containers, and some will dig some small pits and pour it inside. Then the water will settle at the bottom. And the other substance, the waste aspect of the butter will be on the top. Then they'll fetch the top one, and then they make it like bowls, and they put it under the sun to dry. So that waste that is left there is used for firewood, and even used for initially we used to use them for plastering of our local houses, so that it was resistant rainfalls. When rain falls, it's resisting the water entering the plastering. And also initially it was used for compost, but when the women realized that it could be used for fuel, it's difficult to get it for composting.
The usefulness of shea butter continues to be studied, and many more discoveries are being made on a daily basis. I call this plant the wonder plant, as its tendencies are endless. From culinary to cosmetic, and even in healing bone fractures and healthcare in general, there's no stopping to the positive properties that shea butter possesses. I joined to cash in on the share economy as I personally opened the Shea Butter Company in 2017, the Amaba Shea Butter brand in Ghana, with products ranging from body and hair butter to cookies. Shea Butter defined the whole city, gave it an identity and an economy to thrive on. It is time for cities like Tamale to rise to its fullest potential as it reaps from the gift of life they gave to the world. Governments and all stakeholders must fight and demand a fair trade with global brands who use shea butter, and also empower local brands to rise to ensure that the wealth that comes from shea butter reaches all involved in its production. Not many plants are as useful as the shea nut, and its products, the shea butter, has been the king of all cosmetic products in today's economy. It is for us to protect this and make it beneficial to the lands that produces it for us all to use. My name is Ekow Amoako-Atta, reporting from Tamale, Northern Ghana for the Kente Business Journal.